With the new year come delicious new ideas for food. How about a wonderful niçoise salad with salmon? I'll show you how easy it is to put together coming up right now on Cooking with Chef Bryan. Welcome everybody to Cooking with Chef Bryan. This is one of my all-time favorite salads. I love a good niçoise salad. It originated in Nice, France, and it has a lot of like tomatoes and hard-boiled eggs or potatoes, beans, anchovies in it in a mustard, delicious olive oil dressing. It's just a really neat salad, and you can really make it any way that you want to, but there are a few basics that we're going to start with here for that successful niçoise salad. Starting off with the salmon here. I love the salmon that you can just buy, keep in the freezer, that already comes prepackaged in the fillets here. They're so easy and convenient to use in the kitchen. When I find salmon fillets in that on special, I will buy them, but I end up freezing them. So I just think, why not just buy them already frozen just like this? And then I can just open them as needed. They're in individual serving sizes. And so they're my favorite. When they go on sale at Costco or Smith's or a grocery store, I always pack up on those, freeze them, keep them in the freezer so that I have them ready to go when I need some delicious salmon fillets. Now, since we're going to be adding a lot of the dressing, flavorings, and seasonings into that dressing that's going on the salad, I don't want to emphasize the seasoning of the salmon. Just a little bit of seasoned salt on there is going to be great, because remember now, this is going to go with the dressing, which is a very kind of a heavy mustard and olive oil dressing, and so it's a delicious dressing. A lot of flavors though, so you don't want this salmon actually competing with it. Now these are ready to go into the oven here, so let's put these into the oven. I'm using my steam oven here. Whenever I do salmon, I always do 100% steam and then let those cook at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until they are fully cooked. It doesn't take long in a steam oven. If you don't have a steam oven, don't panic. What I always recommend to people is just put like a 9x13 pan of water in the oven. As you preheat it, let it preheat with the oven. It evaporates in there, creating steam in your oven at home. So you can cook those in your regular oven as well, producing that steam just like that. So it's very easy to do and fun. Steam ovens are fun. If you haven't ever looked into them, look into them. You can do an awful lot with them. All right, so let's start here on our dressing. So the dressing is a very simple dressing here, starting off with some mustard in a pan here. To the pan, I want to add some olive oil. I love mustard dressings. I think they are just so delicious, fragrant. They have a lot of possibilities that you can use them in, and so they're a fun dressing to do. Now I have my delicious little anchovies here, and these are anchovies in oil, and so I'm just going to add the oil and everything right into the pan here, and then I'm going to actually smash best that I can the anchovies and the oil and the mustard together. I'm not expecting to get them all smashed up in there, but I just want some of that flavor of the anchovies to come in there. If you're not an anchovy fan, I hope that you will be after this, because truly they add such a dimension of flavor to this dressing. I think you'll really like it. If you've ever had a real Caesar salad, anchovies are in the dressing along with some garlic and of course the oil, olive oil and things like that. So we'll just kind of mash those around. Since the anchovies are nice and salty, I won't salt or pepper this dressing until after it is completely done, and then I'll taste it for salt, because like I said, those anchovies are naturally salty in there, and so I don't want to over salt our dressing. Just going to take this now, stir this all together so that it comes together nicely, and we're going to have a very simple, very delicious mustard dressing here to go with our niçoise salad. So very, very simple. That's the nice thing that I like about this particular dish. So to this, I'm going to add a little bit of freshly cracked pepper. You can add just regular pepper if you want to, but I want to add some freshly cracked, and now you can buy these pepper grinders so easily in the spice aisle. You just use those in your cooking, add those together. Let's just kind of mix this around. And we're going to add the remaining ingredients now. So once this begins to boil and sizzle and very, very fragrant, I can smell the sardines, the mustard, very, very fragrant. It's going to emulsify together in there with that mustard. We're going to add the remaining ingredients. So to this, I want to add, you can add the juice of a lemon, the juice of a lime, whatever you have in there. But this is going to be one of those wonderful dressings that you can just make with things that you have in your house. Now the citric acid, which is this one in here, is going to really brighten up that dressing, add lots of flavor to that. Once we get that into there, we're going to add, ooh, that smells good already. We are going to add in some capers into there as well. I love capers. I love that line from Pitch Perfect where he says salty peas. I think that's such a great description of them, but they are a wonderful addition. They are part of a flour, so they have a nice flavor to them. They've been brined like a pickle, so they are pickled. We're going to add those into there as well. Stir those around to finish off our dressing. Oh, that smells amazing, everybody. You're going to love that. The only thing left that I want to add into there is some finely chopped up red onion, and I'll just let that cook into there. You can saute the onion if you want to at first. I like to just kind of add it in there now and let it just kind of work its way into the flavor spectrum of our mustard dressing. So I'll get this chopping here. When we come back, we've got a great continuation of this particular salad and some Parmesan garlic breadsticks. Don't go away.
As summer comes into full swing, it's time to fire up the grill and treat your family to a special outdoor meal featuring everyone's favorite Klondike brand potatoes. Enjoy preparing one of our many chef-inspired recipes from the web, or create your own backyard culinary masterpiece using varieties from the full line of Klondike potatoes. Visit KlondikeBrands.com today for hundreds of recipe ideas and make your summers sizzle with Klondike Brands.
Welcome back, everybody, to Cooking with Chef Bryan. We're working on the niçoise salad from Nice, France. Well, actually from my kitchen to yours here. And so it's a delicious idea for dinner, very simple to put together, and you can use so many different varieties or ingredients in it. These are some of my favorite things that are going to go into it. I have some potatoes that I've already boiled that are cooling, along with some green beans that are cooling off as well, and some hard-boiled eggs. We'll add those in at the very end when we put the salad together. It's one of those salads that's delicious. Let's return back to the dressing really quick so that we can finish that up, because it's almost ready to go as well. So the dressing here, once again, with Dijon mustard, and then it had olive oil in it, and some capers, red onions, a little bit of either lemon or lime juice in it. And I warned you about not salting it until after it's all put together, because the anchovies that we added into it actually have a lot of salt in them, and you may not need to add any salt into that dressing. So now it's ready to go. I want to give it a taste. I've added in the red onions. I've let them simmer in there for just a couple of minutes, and I want to just quick little taste. I don't think it's going to need a lot of salt at all. So just a little pinch of salt. It's finished up. That's all it takes. Has that nice overtone of the anchovies in there, the bite of the mustard, kind of the sourness of the pickling of the capers, and of course the lovely aroma and flavors of the red onion in there. So it's a really great all-purpose dressing. You can use this on any type of a salad that you want to. It just goes really well with this particular salad. The salmon is in the steam oven cooking. It's got about 10 minutes left in there before it's all finished up, and then we'll add that on top with our niçoise salad. I can't wait. So I want to just create up some very simple little Parmesan garlic rolls or breadsticks to go with this. And I'm just using Rhodes dough. These are the dinner rolls, and I've thawed them out, but I haven't allowed them really to rise. And so that's the important part about this. I remember it's been quite some time ago, Heidi, who works with Rhodes dough, she showed me how to do these particular little breadsticks, and I think they're the coolest thing in the world. I just thought, oh my word, that is so very, very cool. So I am going to use just some vegetable spray the counter here, because they are going to be a little bit sticky. Give them a little spray so they don't stick. You can use flour if you want to. I've just found it a little bit easier to use just some vegetable spray to spray on your hands itself. So let's go ahead and get these started. And so what I'm going to do, I have the dinner roll here, and I'm just going to roll it into a rope. And then what I'm going to do, this is the fun part that I thought was just so cool when she showed this to me. Then I'm going to spray some vegetable spray so that it doesn't stick on there. And then just roll that out. And then what she did is she just took it and she twisted it in different directions. So one hand can go this way, the other hand can go that way, and you pick it up and it just twists together, and you have this fun little twist that we're going to do with our breadstick. So let's add those onto our baking sheet here that I have lined with some parchment paper, sprayed it a little bit with just some vegetable spray on there. I'll show you this again, very, very simple. Just kind of roll that out, give it a little twist, and then you pick it up and it twists around there. We'll put those down onto there. A little more spray of some vegetable spray on there. And then we're going to actually finish these off with some flavorings on them. I love breadsticks. I think they're very easy, and it's so easy to use the Rhodes breadsticks, the dough on this. Just thaw them out and put them on there, let them do their thing. But to finish those off, what I want to do, let me rinse my hands off real quick. So I want to finish them off with just a little bit of garlic and Parmesan on them. It's a very simple way to finish these off with some wonderful flavoring for the family. And so I'm going to take just some vegetable oil and spray on that. The reason I'm doing that is so that the flavorings actually stick on there. I have a little bit of garlic powder in here with a little bit of just my seasoned salt, and I'm going to sprinkle that on there as well to give it that nice little garlicky flavor. And then this is kind of important. I like to use the powdered Parmesan that you buy at the store. I like to use this because it seems to coat it just a little bit easier than if you were to use some really shredded up Parmesan cheese. But I'm going to give that a shake so that it's nice and broken up. There's no big pieces in there. Let's give that a little sprinkle on top of there so that that Parmesan cheese gets on there. And then I'm going to let these proof for just until they double in size, and then they'll go into a 350-degree oven. It doesn't take long for these to cook, and so that's the beauty of it. Oh, probably about 20 minutes and they're done already. So by the time the salmon is cooked and finished, I'll put these into the oven. The potatoes, the beans are cooling off, the eggs are cooling off so I can handle them. It's a really easy salad to put together, and honestly the hardest part of putting this all together are going to be the rolls, because they're going to take the longest to actually put together. So don't panic about that. I just thaw these out. When I thaw out these Rhodes doughs, I actually thaw them out in the steam oven once again, just on a warm setting, on the proofing setting on there. And so it's not difficult to do. So you can just thaw them out however you choose to do it. So once you get those rolled out, give one a twist one way, the other, and just hold it up and it twists around in that little fun twist there. I'm going to keep working on these, filling up this pan. They're going to proof, go into the oven. We come back, we're going to start to put together our salmon niçoise salad. Don't go away.
It's no secret, frozen rolls are fresher than bakery rolls. You see, bakery rolls are made in commercial bakeries. Then they sit all day in stores. Some even contain preservatives because rolls begin to stale immediately. By the time you eat your roll, it could already be days old. Rhodes Bake and Serve is found in your grocer's freezer. Simply take Rhodes frozen roll dough home and let it thaw and rise in a pan. Bake Rhodes rolls in your own oven. Rhodes Bake and Serve, hot and fresh, right out of your oven.
Welcome back, everybody, to Cooking with Chef Bryan. We're working on a delicious salmon niçoise salad, one of my favorite salads out there because it's so hearty. It has so many fun things on it and flavors and colors, and it's just a favorite salad of mine. Very simple, too. I've started off with the greens here. I just picked my favorite greens. These are power greens. I just got them at the grocery store, but you may choose your very favorite lettuce that you would like, and you're just going to put it onto a platter. I like to put salads on a platter. This way, everybody can actually portion and scoop out some of everything on the salad. When they go into a large bowl, what is it that all of those just delicious flavors of the salad always end up at the bottom? The cut tomatoes and onions and nuts and whatever that you put in there always end up on the bottom of the bowl. So you just get lettuce when you get that tossed salad. So by putting on a platter like this, we're going to build that so everybody can actually have flavors of the salad on there. I have some green onions here, and we're just going to slice up as many as you want. You can do this to your own taste or whatever you're serving, and so it's very simple to do, but I love the flavor of the green onions. You can also use chives if you want to. If I had fresh chives in my garden, I would use those, but here in the Salt Lake area, it's kind of cold and wintry now, so there's no fresh chives out in the garden, so I'm just using some store-bought green onions, and I'm going to sprinkle these over the top of the greens as well so that it has some flavor of some onions. I'm also going to add some red onion on there, not only for flavor but for color also, because remember, you do eat first with your eyes, and that is very important when you're creating beautiful dishes like this. So let's just sprinkle those green onions on top of there. And I hope you're beginning to see now as it goes onto a platter, you can actually spread those all the way out. Everybody who serves that up is going to have some wonderful green onions and the flavors of there. Also, I have some, these are the Klondike Gourmet Medley potatoes. They're kind of a medley of the pink, or excuse me, the yellow and the red color and then the purple, but they all have the beautiful golden center. And so that's what's so special about the Klondike potatoes, are the beautiful colors that they present on a platter. Now, if you don't have these, don't panic. You can use a russet potato if you want to. Just slice it up into some smaller pieces, boil it so that it's cooked off and completely cooled, and then we'll add it on and arrange it around the salad itself so that we have a beautiful color and flavors of these going on around the salad. And you can just have some fun arranging this however you want to so that it goes well with whatever you're serving. I always love it. People will say to me, "Oh, I've never had a purple potato." They taste just like potatoes, but they're sure fun and beautiful on the plate. And so you can add those into there and have some wonderful colors as well. Let's add a couple of more of just the reds on there, and it's gonna be fantastic. Now these are already boiled so that they're tender, they're cooked through, but they've cooled off so that you can handle them. That's very important. Also, I have some green beans that we're going to add on to there. I have boiled these as well. I actually cooked the green beans and the potatoes together. Why cook them separately? Because they both have to cook about the same amount of time. And so we're just gonna add onto it the green beans as well. And I think this is why I really like this salad, is because it has so many different options that you can add to it. So green beans, you can even put cold cut salami, things like that on here if you want to. The salmon is cooked, the oven's turned off, it's just in there. We'll bring it out here in just a minute to add those onto the end of it. Let's add some more green beans onto there. There we go. Very simple to do, very simple to do. Also now I have hard-boiled eggs that have cooled off, and they are going to go onto our salad as well. So I'm just gonna slice those in half, just kind of arrange them onto the salad here. Ooh, the Parmesan dinner rolls are in the oven. They smell so good, everybody. I can't wait for you to make those. If nothing else, just make those. Your house is gonna smell amazing. So let's add these little slices of egg on there. And I always get a kick out of it when people are trying to lose weight. They're like, I'll have a salad. But the salad dressing is very fattening, so just be careful on that. So remember, a little bit of salad dressing goes a long way. So now that we have the eggs onto there, what I'm going to do is just add some pitted Kalamata olives on there. I'll spoon over the dressing over the top of it, and then I'll pull out the salmon fillets out of the oven, and I'll arrange those on top. And we're just about done with this wonderful dinner with our delicious garlic Parmesan breadsticks that are finishing up in the oven. We come back, we're gonna put it all together, finish it up, and enjoy a delicious salmon niçoise salad.
As summer comes into full swing, it's time to fire up the grill and treat your family to a special outdoor meal featuring everyone's favorite Klondike Brand potatoes. Enjoy preparing one of our many chef-inspired recipes from the web, or create your own backyard culinary masterpiece using varieties from the full line of Klondike potatoes. Visit KlondikeBrands.com today for hundreds of recipe ideas and make your summer sizzle with Klondike Brands.
Welcome back, everybody, to Cooking with Chef Bryan. We're just finishing up a delicious salmon niçoise salad. Honestly, it's one of my favorites of all time. So these are the breadsticks that we made earlier, the garlic Parmesan breadsticks. They've come out of the oven now. They're nice and warm. So easy to do. I just used the Rhodes bacon served dinner rolls, thawed them out to the point to where they were thawed out but they hadn't proofed, and then twisted them into a little twist like this, sprinkled them with some powdered Parmesan cheese that you just buy at the store there, and a little bit of garlic powder, and they are ready to go as well. So very simple breadsticks to go with our salad here. Let's move this just out of the way. It's a little warm. Put that in the sink. Our salmon has come out of the oven as well, and so it's very simple to put together. That's just the puppy dogs are around in here. So if you follow me on Instagram and that, you see the puppy dog pictures and that, you're beginning to hear them all the way around me here. So they smell the salmon. So here's the salad that I drizzled onto it, some delicious of that mustard, sauce, the dressing that we made earlier here in the saute pan, drizzled it on top of it. I've added onto it, of course, all the green beans, the eggs, the potatoes. Here's the salmon fillets that I'm just going to place around there so that when people serve this, they can take a salmon fillet and a nice wedge of that salad in there. It'll be perfectly delicious. Let's just place that one there, and let's put this last one right there in that spot. And then to finish this off, what I'm going to do, I'll show you how I finish this off. I like to take just some of the just really finely chopped red onion. I'm going to sprinkle that on top of the salmon fillets as well. You could also use a pickled onion if you wanted to. That would be delicious also. Let's just put those onto there just like that. And then on top of this, I'm going to put a little spoonful of the dressing on each one of those little salmon fillets so that it has a little flavor of the dressing, the capers, and to tie the whole entire dish together. And so that's important. Everything that you're seeing on the dish are flavors that are represented in the salad itself. And that's actually really important when you're creating up these dishes here, so that when people eat first with their eyes, they're going to see these flavors. That's what they're going to expect with it. So a delicious salmon niçoise salad. You can head on over to cookingwithchefbryan.com, grab the recipe there. It's a simple idea for dinner to do. If you're not a salmon fan, you could use cod, you could use halibut. You can even cook up some chicken breasts and add on there if you are not a fish fan at all. Grab the recipe, cookingwithchefbryan.com. You can also find me on all the social media. Instagram, I'm Chef Bryan Woolley. You can find me there when I post there. That is the one account that I pay most attention to. I finally had to pick one account because I couldn't keep up with all of them. And so if you want to send me a quick message, drop me a direct message on Instagram. I will see it for sure. Thanks for joining me, everybody. This is a delicious salmon niçoise salad with some Parmesan garlic breadsticks. You're going to love them. Go grab the recipe and enjoy. You can find all of these complete recipes on my website, cookingwithchefbryan.com.